Good afternoon. My name is Dan Lockerty, and today I'm going to speak to you about the opioid epidemic in the United States. I will provide some frightening stats, some possible solutions, and some personal experiences that have educated me on this topic. According to drugabuse.gov, deaths involving any sort of opioid rose in the U.S. from 21,000 in 2010 to 47,000 in 2017. This includes prescription heroin and other synthetic narcotics such as fentanyl. In the 1980s, President Ronald Reagan started what he called the War on Drugs in an attempt to slow the use of addicting narcotics such as opioids. Unfortunately, these stricter laws had an inverse effect and led to more drug abuse. Opioid deaths have risen dramatically in the past 20 years. As stated by CDC.gov, prescription-only opioid deaths in the U.S. rose from 3,442 in 1999 to 17,000 in 2017. Since opioids are often legally supplied, they are more accepted by people who would normally reject them for being so addictive. As claimed by ChoosePT.com, $78.5 billion a year is lost in the U.S. due to opioid misuse, including cost of health care, loss in productivity, addiction treatment, and criminal justice involvement. Since so much is lost each year, one would think better treatment would be available. This is not the case. Sadly, there's little physical therapists can do to treat opioid addiction. Most treatment involves educating patients on muscle strengthening exercises to help reduce pain. Unfortunately, patients' pain is often too great to effectively be treated this way. In addition to addicts who suffer from legal prescriptions, even more suffer from obtaining them illegally. While attending IUP, I witnessed this firsthand. After a period of time, a friend confided in me that he and another guy were being prescribed opioids for recreational use and to sell to fellow students. He informed me that since he and the other guy both had a fake ID, they could fill their prescriptions 4 times a month. Not only is this highly illegal, but it is also extremely dangerous for your health, both physically and psychologically. My friend experienced the latter. After several months of opioid abuse, he attempted suicide due to his growing depression. Since then, I have experienced several similar situations with friends, but due to time restraints, we'll leave those for another day. Due to the number of deaths increasing each year and little being done to stop them, I propose fighting fire with fire. In other words, I propose using drugs such as ibogaine to help treat opioid and other addictions. Ibogaine is a naturally occurring plant with psychedelic properties. Countries such as Uruguay, New Zealand, Portugal, and Mexico have legalized ibogaine. They've even set up retreats run by medical physicians and shamans to guide you through the experience. Ibogaine works by interrupting addiction by healing neurons and synapses in the brain as well as targeting psychological trauma, according to experienceIbogaine.com. In addition to ibogaine, ayahuasca, another hallucinogenic plant, is used in similar fashion to treat addiction and trauma. The ayahuasca drink used in treatment is a combination of the ayahuasca vine and another plant called chacruna. Shamans first used this brew in the Amazon basin for religious and spiritual ceremonies. Since then, the use has expanded through Latin America and other parts of the world, including Italy, who legalized it in 2007. In addition to ibogaine and ayahuasca treatment centers, DMT healing facilities have also expanded in these same areas. DMT, or dimethyltryptamine, is a chemical found in plants, animals, and even humans. When consumed via brews like ayahuasca or smoked in its synthetic form, DMT can have even more powerful experiences. Although no stats are available about these treatments, many people have spoken openly about the life-changing benefits these centers provide through the use of so-called deadly hippie drugs. In other words, we as a country need to get past the idea that all drugs are bad. We should legalize and regulate these psychedelic drugs to help combat the opioid epidemic. Denver, Colorado, and Oakland, California have made strides towards this goal by decriminalizing all Schedule I psychedelics. Obviously, this is far from having treatment centers throughout the country. Therefore, I recommend you educate yourselves more on this topic to help spread the word. In conclusion, I've told you how this epidemic has affected myself and millions of Americans with no decline or cure in sight. Therefore, I propose using ibogaine and other psychedelics in a controlled environment to help addiction and trauma. If this epidemic has affected you and you would like to learn more, I recommend watching Joe Rogan's podcast. He has had several experts on, including Michael Pollan and Dennis McKenna. If you would rather listen to a celebrity speak on this topic, try Russell Brand or Iron Mike Tyson at the JRE page at youtube.com. Thank you.